These my dollars make it hurt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we are again. 3 o'clock on the dot. Here I am. One more time. What is going on, everybody? What's going on? Listen, we ain't got too many more weeks. We might as well try to get a little hypeness going. We don't have too many more weeks. I mean, look, it's 17 games. It won't be no additional games this year. I hate to start it off that way, but hey, it is what it is. Won't be. I don't see playoffs, so we only got a few more weeks. So we might as well get as hype as we can, because it'll be a while before the draft get here. I guess that's when everybody gonna get hype again. Listen, welcome to the one and the only. This is Big Time Show, y'all. What's going on today? What's going on? Listen, as you come in, hope that you guys would share the show. Hope you guys will come in and like the show. As in other words, use the Facebook likes or hearts. Also, if you're on YouTube, you can also hit that double tap your screen. Double tap your screen. You will see a thumbs up. Go there. I need everybody to hit it about 20 times for me. I need at least 20 likes, at least from everybody that's here. That will help your boy out tremendously. I'm sharing right now to all the different groups. Hope that some of you will do the same, even if that means share it on your page and send it to some Cowboy fans if you don't mind. What is going on today? I gotta admit, I'm in a good mood. It ain't because of the Cowboys. Let me say that now. It's not because of the Cowboys, but I'm in a good mood, and I'm doing nothing but laughing because I'm gonna tell you about what I'm seeing already. I'm sharing with the groups if I'm not looking at you, and I'll look at everybody that's in the chat in just a few minutes and speak to everybody. I'm quite sure I do see some names up there already that's in the chat. And I just glanced. I see something, but I just didn't see things that's going on. I'm excited for one man in particular. And I'm going to tell you about it in just a second. I'm quite sure most of you have been watching a few games already, college football games, and I know that a lot of you probably watching one certain team that either you It's almost just like the Cowboys. Either you love them or you hate them. It's no in between ground, and that's why I want to start the show off, because what I'm getting ready to say is related to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna go ahead and put a pin in balloons right now, because I already see how this is going to end. Okay, give me a second. I'm still sharing. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Y'all gotta forgive me. With all our shares, we're almost reaching together. We're almost reaching together every show, almost close to 85 shares. Now, I'm not doing all that sharing. Some of you are doing the sharing. So a magical number in the share department would be 100. I mean, that don't necessarily mean, people are going to look, but just to have your show shared to 100 different places would be big. I'm usually averaging. I did a little number study in the last, did it this morning actually, where I was kind of looking at it averaging. We're averaging in the last 2 weeks. We're averaging right at least about 81 to 82 shares, somewhere in that area, per show. So that is outstanding. And it's because of you guys, and I just like to tell you thank you. Yeah. All right. Ooh, that's nasty. Okay. Let's talk. I want to start it off with Coach Prime. That's where I want to start it off with. I want to start it off with Coach Prime today because he is connected to, let me do that. Hello, who's here? And hello to the Instagram family as well. The Instagram is lit up today. I mean, the Instagram is on today. I don't know if it's lit up or not, but the channel is live there now. So hello to you that's on Instagram. It's Ty. I see you. Demetrius, what's up? Marcus, what's going on today? I got somebody over there on Twitter here. Hello to whoever that is on Twitter. So whoever you are, holler at me so I can shout your name out. Let's see what's going on Instagram. I can't even pronounce this name, but they were on. I don't know if they are on now though. Hey, appreciate anybody that's there on Instagram. Usually don't go there too much. I don't know why, but I ain't too hype about Instagram. But I'm there. Hello to those that may pop on Twitch, YouTube, of course, and of course, Facebook. Appreciate all of you hanging with your boy on today. I want to start off with Coach Prime, because one of the things that, he is in that category because of his bravado and his, the way that Deion always have been. He's always been a flashy type guy. He's always been that way, top-notch, top guy. That's the way he carries himself. He carries himself, talks as if he's the best. And no matter what you may say, he's primarily been the best, especially when we start talking football. You can make your arguments about, of course, he's not the greatest baseball player, but he was pretty good at that as well. But when it comes to football, there is no question that Prime Time was, at least at his position. If you were to ask who's the greatest cornerback to ever live, majority of people would say it would have been him, no doubt. All-time NFL player, was voted to the 100-year team, of course. So we're talking about one of the greatest to ever do it, no doubt. He brought that bravado to Colorado in his, started back Jackson State, turned that program around, came to Colorado, said things. He said, "We coming." Y'all remember that? He said, "We coming." He also told everybody, "You better get me this year, because after this year, it's over." And ladies and gentlemen, everything that he has said has come true, because they are here. They're not coming. They're here. I know a lot of you saw the game today. I watched it intently. And Coach Prime, Coach Sanders, he has this program rolling to the point where they really do have a chance to make it to their conference championship game. All they got to do is win out and they're in. So they got to play Kansas and then I believe Oklahoma State. After that, they got to win those two to get in, which is an accomplishment by itself. To be honest with you, Coach Prime has got them bowl eligible. And remember, they only won, 4 games last year, and I think they won 1 game before that. So we're talking 5 wins in the last 2 years. He's got them bowl eligible. They won the 8th game today. Look, outstanding. I mean, you can hate them all you want, but you can't argue with the results. The results are there. Even to the point, here I am about to switch it. Even to the point where his name is being, mentioned for a possible Dallas Cowboy job. If you watched the horrible fight last night between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, you saw Michael Irvin there getting all in, being interviewed and saying that he's going to get in with Jerry Jones sitting right beside him, saying he's going to really be in his ear about Coach Prime, but as far as being the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry's already aware of this already. Deion, of course, knows about it. He's obligated not to say really anything about that. He wouldn't do that anyway. He's a difference maker. And for those that may say, well, that's in college, but some people say he wasn't going to do it in college. And he ain't do that in the pros. Well, you don't know. He's never done it before. So he don't know. So it's kind of hard to say that, but that's what everybody does. And since it's moving the goalposts, because everybody wants the young college coach to come in and be the next coach of their, their franchise. And that's what's been going on. So Deion, of course, is a college coach. He's obviously hot as fish grease right now. And he is winning. And do not be surprised. See, nobody, you remember at the beginning of the year in the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes were picked to be last. Remember that now. They're not going to be last. They got a real good shot of making a conference championship game. And yes, if they can pull it off, they're already nationally ranked. If they can pull it off and win their championship game, then obviously they're going to be in the college football playoff, which nobody thought would happen. So this dude is winning right now. Of course, they got to finish it all off. They got to finish this thing off before, we really can talk about it. But let's just say it like this. They're on the road. Colorado Buffaloes are on the road to accomplish some goals that nobody thought would happen. And because of that, his name is being mentioned more than anybody else. Than whoever some of you guys may be thinking, it is what it is. It would fit Jerry's standard as far as marketing. Deion being there would fit. You talking about, you think the Cowboys being talked about now? Oh my God. Deion come there. My God, they would be on TV every day talking. That's what Jerry loves, as we all know. But despite the marketing and the coverage from television, and Deion would love all this attention as well. If he was, wherever he goes, he loves attention. So that would work. Well, what's up, everybody? I see. So when you see all of the positives from the marketing end, it's a no-brainer. But forget the marketing. After what you just saw today, Deion Sanders, man, I don't care if you like him or not. Deion Sanders is a difference maker. I'm just telling you. He is a difference maker. His track record proves whether he was playing or whether he was a coach. Had state championships in high school. Hey, West Coast, I see you, brother. What's up, Craig? What's up? Wherever he went, Atlanta, San Francisco when he was playing, Dallas when he was playing, Baltimore when he was playing, Washington when he played, everywhere he went, he's a difference maker. Colorado, Jackson State, difference maker. When you look at that, you can't help but gather then he is a culture setter. That's what he is. You can't deny it. It is what it is. Now, Deion, I'm finna bust a bubble in a lot of y'all. Now, this is what I'm about to say. The Colorado is so, there was a report that came out, forgive me for not knowing the name, that the Deion effect is beyond football. It's the city. The economics of the city has grown because of him. The number of students that have applied, I ain't talking about athletes, I'm just talking about regular students that have applied to come to Colorado since he's been there has increased to over 70%. Now, I'm quite sure some of those 70% don't have nothing to do with Deion, but let's just be honest about this situation. He has something to do with a lot of them coming. So we're talking about major money that one man has brought to this city, to the state of Colorado, to the Big 12 Conference, to a national. I mean, come on now. This dude is he's different. And I'm telling y'all right now, mark it down. I know everybody have said things. My brother West Coast on here, I thought I saw him do a reel about Deion, about being the next head coach. I'm going to put my bid out and say this. Y'all listen to me good. Deion Sanders is playing chess. Deion Sanders is going to do absolutely nothing. He has done enough. He has done enough to where he don't have to do nothing. What am I saying? At the end of this season, wherever Colorado finishes, they'll be in a bowl game. It might be in the playoffs, whatever. College playoffs, it might be. If not, it'll be in a big bowl game. Wherever this season ends and his son leaves and Travis Hunter leaves, and let me throw this in before I forget. Is there any doubt that Travis Hunter is not the best college football player in the country? I don't even want to hear it no more. Mail the Heisman to him now. If you saw the game, I ain't got to say nothing else. You saw it. You know what this kid is capable of. Back to what I was saying. Deion Sanders, man, does not have to do anything but just sit back. Deion is playing chess with everybody, y'all. He knows his name is out there, and he knows his name is going to pick up even more after Colorado season is over, and after the NFL season is over with some specific teams. Let me tell you how this is going to go out. This is just my guess. I may be wrong or whatever. A lot of people are saying, well, he's going to go wherever his son is going. Not necessarily. Okay? Not necessarily. There are some teams that are going to be bad, and the head coaching job may not be up for grabs. Someone may want to keep their head coach. I wouldn't do it. I mean, if somebody said, "Hey, Deion say, well, I'll come. If you draft my son, I will come." Then most teams would go ahead and get rid of whoever the coach is. Like for instance, the Giants. Well, they like the ball, whatever his name is, coach that's there. They like him. But for the opportunity to get a 2-for-1 package deal, they would let him go. Most organizations would. I'm not saying that can't happen. I'm saying that it would. But here's the thing that everybody keep forgetting, y'all. There have been many college coaches who actually like the coaching game because the college coaching game because they have a monopoly on the city. No, Craig, and that's why I'm saying the Cowboys. No, Deion may go somewhere else, but it won't be the Cowboys because we're married to Dak Prescott. I don't know why everybody keep thinking that's not the case. We're married to him, so he's not going anywhere. Okay, I mean Dak not going. Now you could draft him all you want, but Dak is. I mean, I can't see it. But anyway, this is what I think is going to happen. And I've seen it happen before. Deion Sanders, man, why? Let me throw this. Why would he leave Colorado? He's like a king there. And whatever organization offers Deion money, Deion will go to whoever the man is in Colorado and say, ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys, the Carolina Panthers, New York Giants have offered me $15-20 million to come coach. I'm just throwing a figure out there. And what in the world do you think University of Colorado is going to do? Do you really believe that they're going to let that man that has brought all of this money to that city leave? And all Deion got to do is just sit back because Colorado would move heaven and earth to keep that man in Colorado. So whatever, and he ain't got to say nothing. He just can say that I'm interested in talking. He ain't got to say he's interested in leaving. He could just say, I'll listen. But right then, the University of Colorado is going to get scared. They're going to get scared. Do you know how bad of a dumps they were in just a couple years ago? I ain't talking about the football team and the record. I'm just talking about the whole university as a whole. They weren't selling no sellouts every game and all these celebrities showing up and they ain't seen nothing like this. They hadn't seen a 70% interest in just coming to the school. I ain't talking about athletes. They haven't seen this economic boom that has happened to this state since that man done came to Colorado. They ain't seen nothing like this. The national coverage. The Colorado on no TV. You really believe that Colorado is it? All Deion got to do is just sit back. All he got to do is just say, I'll listen to whatever team. I'll listen, okay? Because he's going to talk to teams anyway because he going to make sure his son and Travis go to the right team. So he going to talk. And some organizations going to want to know, does he really have interest in wanting to coach? So he's going to talk. That don't mean he's leaving. He's just going to talk. And all Deion have to do, it's called negotiation, y'all. All Deion has to do is just say, I'm listening. That is going to scare the University of Colorado, and they will, because of the value that man has brought to this organization, to Colorado, they will match whatever offer, whatever NFL team has offered Deion Sanders to leave Colorado in coaching. They're going to match it and probably will even give a little bit more to make sure that this man stays right there at Colorado. So I'm putting my record on saying that Deion Sanders, since everybody, a lot of people saying we want Deion, I'm putting it out there saying Deion Sanders will be in Colorado next year. That's what I'm saying. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. He gonna win either way. If he leaves, he's gonna win. If he stays, he's gonna get an increase. Because now he's in negotiation saying, look, y'all got to come up a little bit because kind of hard for me to turn down $15 to $20 million to coach. That's what he gonna tell Colorado. It's kind of hard. It's a once in a lifetime type thing. And then Shador's leaving, Travis going. We may have to come down a little bit in wins to try to build it back up or whatever. I got coaches on this coaching staff that just may be leaving too because they've increased their value, all that type of stuff. And if I leave, that this coaching staff gonna leave too. I'm just telling you how the negotiation gonna go. All in the while, he's gonna pull some more money out of Colorado. And before you know it, next season, you're going to hear that Deion Sanders is the highest paid coach in college football. So whoever the highest paid coach is, I don't know if it's the Alabama coach. I don't know who it is. But whatever Nick Saban was getting from Alabama, it's going to look like peanuts. Deion Sanders is in the driver's seat, y'all. And look, whether you like him or not, he's earned that seat. See, I know y'all don't want to give, some folks don't want to give him the credit. Deion Sanders is about to get paid one way or the other. He cannot lose. There's going to be about 3 or 4 organizations who are going to be willing to give him the keys to their pro football team. And Colorado will be in a position they will not let this man walk because he means too much to that state, to that school. Is no way. So I'm going to go ahead and lean and say he going to play chess with a whole bunch of people and drive that price up. He going to drive that price up, and then he going to go to Colorado's, whatever, the president or whatever. And he's going to say, this is what this team is offering. And this agent is going to be there and they say, this is what this team is offering. It's kind of hard for him to going to be able to turn it down. He's going to get paid more. You're going to have to give him some more. He's already, from my view, he's already can demand a raise right now. He can. He has that. He is like a king at the University of Colorado. He can get away. He can do whatever he wants to do there. It's almost like Nick Saban with Alabama. Nick Saban could do anything he wanted and whatever he wanted. University of Alabama was going to give it to Coach Saban. Deion is like that. He has that type of stature at Colorado already. He's been too good to that university. Based off that, I don't think he's going nowhere. Even if his son does leave, you know what I mean? He is leaving. Even when Travis leaves, it makes no difference. Deion Sanders is in the driver's seat, and he is really in the driver's seat, y'all. I see you, millimeter. You say, yeah, until he starts to lose, but he ain't losing right now. He lost last year. And he told everybody. Didn't he tell everybody? He said this. If y'all remember, he said, you better get me while you can. I don't think he's leaving, Greg. Now, of course, this is just an opinion. Your opinion may be right. I'm not knocking. I'm just thinking the negotiation part. Where he is right now, he is in prime position to win in every direction. Every direction. That is rare. That is rare. He is in position to win for real. Where he can just about demand how much he gonna get paid. He can flip that thing and say, hey, Dallas or whoever, Carolina, New York Giants, whoever, New York Jets, whatever. He can sit right there and tell these people, University of Colorado is offering me $20 million to stay. What y'all gonna do? I mean, he cannot lose. And if it's not about the money, he can come and say something like this. Well, You can't pay 20. I will come, but you have to let me. You have to let me have the keys to the players that I want. I know we have a general manager, but I know what it's gonna take. I got 2 rings on my finger. See, Dallas, San Francisco. I know what it takes to get it done. I know how to change a culture just like that. I know how to do it. But in order for me to do it, I need your stamp of approval here in saying and telling the organization, I need to be in control of what I can bring in here. And you don't have to pay me 20, pay me 18 and give me the keys for players and I'll come. Greg, beautiful. He's in the driver's seat, Greg. See, we talking about pros, but you're absolutely right, Greg. I mean, they're going to be college teams that's going to ask for him. I mean, come on, y'all. Let's just be honest. What Greg just said right there, nobody knows Deion's mind. They didn't come to him, if I remember what Deion said. I mean, you know this man would love to go to Florida State where he played ball and Coach Bowden was there and all that type of stuff. Man, that would set that place on fire. Wherever Deion Sanders goes, is the electricity that's going to come to your program. It's undeniable. If he goes to the pros, the electricity that he is going to bring, it's undeniable. Miller Meter says, you think his son will be like that in the NFL? And that'd be some slight adjustment because he hold on the ball too much for me. But what cannot be denied is this dude is the truth. He's gonna be a first team, or if he's not first team, he'll be a second team All-American. The truth be told, he should be in the Heisman race as well. And before it's all over, he probably will be in the Heisman race as well. But make no mistake about it, he should be the first quarterback taken in the draft. I ain't say the first player all of all. I ain't say overall the first player. But he should be the first quarterback taken this year in the draft. That says enough. So he'll be in the first round. He should be in the top 10 if you ask me. Got a super chat here. What is this, Terry? Let me get this in here. Terry says, Colorado won one game before Deion, losing by 29 points ago. But man, it's not nothing to talk about. The success is there. The resume speaks for itself. He changed it. It didn't take long. So what an NFL team, everywhere he's went, this is what the resume says, y'all. Everywhere. I'm not talking about just coaching. I'm talking about when he went to Atlanta, things changed. Okay. When he went to San Francisco, they won the Super Bowl. I mean, don't get no better than that. The very next year, after losing, not even getting to the Super Bowl because the 49ers took us out in 94, he left San Francisco, came to Dallas. What happened? Cowboys won the Super Bowl. He went to he won state championships with his son being the quarterback in Texas. I said state championships in high school don't get no higher than that. He went to a HBCU school, Jackson State. What happened? Forget winning. Look what he brought. When he got there, ESPN came. Hello? What HBCU team gets coverage from ESPN? Everybody. Shows were talking about Jackson State. No, have you heard anything from Jackson State since Deion left? Come on, y'all. I mean, what TV cameras is there? Just Mississippi cameras. That's it. Jackson, Mississippi, just Mississippi County. Ain't nobody said nothing about Jackson State since Deion left. Nobody. And it ain't because they started losing. It's just because you can't match the energy that he brings. Then he goes to Colorado. Couldn't get, came late. Didn't have time to recruit. They only won one game. Look, they didn't even play. Their spring game, they said only had 3,000 or 4,000 people there. Deion got there and they had their spring game. It was a complete sellout, like it looked like today. They ain't played a game, y'all. Do y'all remember all this? Then they win. Look, just because he got there, Colorado, who won one game last year, now is on national TV for multiple games. Only won 4 games. Deion came out there in that press conference and said this: "You better get me now." That's what he said, y'all. Y'all better get me now, because once I start recruiting and transfer portal, you better get me in this first year. That's it. And just that quick, Colorado has turned around. So why would we doubt his ability to change a culture? What's up, Terry? Why? Oh, I see my partner, my best friend on Eddie Woods. What's up, Ed? Why would we think that he couldn't change a culture when everywhere he's been, he's changed the culture? Everywhere he has went, teams got better. That even include baseball. When he played at Cincinnati, Cincinnati went to the World Series. Help me, somebody. Cincinnati, I know y'all don't forget, but in 1990, the Cincinnati Reds, Deion was there. That's when he was doing one game, baseball, and then go the next day and play football. They went to the World Series. Y'all remember the Tim McCarver thing and all that? A lot of it happened in the World Series. Hello. The New York Yankees, even though they didn't win, Deion made that thing better. Hello. Excuse me, you're right. The championship series. The Braves went to the World Series. I'm sorry. 1990. You're right. I mean, come on now. Everywhere he's went, his culture changed. So I don't care what, I mean, look where he at now. He changed his culture. He did. See, y'all can hate on him all you want. See, and most ain't a lot of y'all in this thing, but there's some people that just don't like Deion because he talked too much. He got too much flash. Ladies and gentlemen, he's been like that ever since you met him. Since you met him at Florida State, he's been like this. If you remember, for those of you that are old enough to remember, when Florida State played in the Sugar Bowl, I believe that was against, I don't know if it was Auburn or whatever. The team got on the bus. Deion Sanders came to the game, to the Superdome in a limo. Man, y'all, look, Deion been like this. The bravado always have been there. So you saying he talked too much. Well, you 20 years, 30 years late. Be quiet with it. You just don't like him. Just say I don't like him. Because you want him to lose. You want him to fail. A lot of folks was acting the fool with this man because he was Sports Illustrated Man of the Year. A lot of folks couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand it. Don't like the TV coverage. Don't like nothing. Going crazy. I mean, y'all, look, you can hate on him all you want. The resume is there. And he is in the driver's seat. He is going to play chess, and I believe, don't have to be you, I believe that he is going to play this chess game to perfection. Exactly, Bobby. Whether you don't like the bravado or not, I couldn't have said it better, Bobby King. This is the bottom line right there. He backed it up. He has a track record that says he backed it up. He got a gold jacket that he wears because ain't nobody questioning it. Nobody. He's in the Hall of Fame. He was voted on the 100-year anniversary team of the NFL as the number one cornerback. You know why? Because he backed it up. He's a culture changer. Would I love to have him in Dallas? Yes, but it ain't going to happen. I believe he's going to stay at Colorado, and I believe that he's going to play this chess game quite well. And Colorado is, like I said earlier, is going to move heaven and earth to make sure that he stays. And he's going to win. If he leaves, he wins. If he don't go nowhere, if he stays, he wins. And then, of course, the natural thing is for people to start turning their back on him once he starts struggling a little bit. And you expect that his son is not going to be there. Travis Hunter is not going to be there. And you got to change things up. But he wins. He's a winner, man. This dude is a winner. He knows how to win. I would love to have him in Dallas if it comes to that. But, we talking about another whole thing. Jerry Jones, I heard the raving reviews he had for Jason Witten. So, when we start talking about the Jones family, you talking about something totally different. They don't think like we think. Jared doesn't want. That's another reason why I don't think he comes to Dallas. Jared don't want a strong will guy. Jared wants a puppet. That's why he already pumping up Jason Witten. I wouldn't be surprised if he go and ask Kellen Moore to come home. I'm serious, y'all. Young coach, got the offense rolling, bring him on back to Dallas, give him the head coaching job, and you got your puppet. Jason Witten, you got your puppet. See what I'm saying? The Jones family is quite different. They don't see it like we see it. Jared don't like strong-willed coaches. Look at his resume. Jimmy Johnson, only man in history to win 2 back-to-back Super Bowls and then get fired. That's all you need to hear right there. That's all you need to hear. Jerry Jones fired a man who won 2 straight Super Bowls because ego got in the way. Bill Parcells comes in. Too strong-willed. Too strong. You don't like that. He wants the credit. It ain't never changed. That old leopard don't change his spots. He ain't changing. So if you bring a Deion in here, that's the total opposite because Deion ain't no puppet. See what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying I don't see it happening. Now the only way that it might can happen, a lot of you saying, well, draft his son and all, that ain't, if Dallas end up with a top 5, top 3 pick, you're not drafting Shedeur Sanders. Tyrone Coleman said, well, let's get a coach from Nebraska or Tennessee, young and ready. I ain't gonna argue with you. Y'all feel like that's cool. That's it. I was just talking about Deion because that's the hot name that everybody's saying that he's coming. That's who the Cowboys should get, and that's everybody saying he will be the next coach of the Cowboys. And Mike Irvin last night was right there sitting with Jerry Jones, and he brought it up and said, "I'm gonna be in Jerry's ear." Jerry ain't studying nothing Mike Irvin saying. Nothing. He already got Jerry don't operate. What's obvious and what's seemed like common sense, Jerry goes the opposite. No, Joe. I don't think so. If Deion Sanders be in Dallas, he'd be a bigger circus. You done seen a circus where Deion been playing that? You may have seen a circus, it's a media circus, but he been winning. Everywhere he went, he's been winning. So it's some football coaching going on, man. And he knows how to pick a staff. That's obvious. You may say it's a circus, but Deion is about their business. Coaching. Can't argue with that. So, I don't know. Deion would bring extra attention because of the personality that he is. Deion would bring national attention because that's what he's done for 30 years. I mean, it ain't gonna stop. You put Deion Sanders with the biggest franchise in the world. I mean, what else you expect? My God, you put Coach McCarthy with the Dallas Cowboys. He done had more coverage than he have in his whole life. That's what comes along with the territory. When you become a Dallas Cowboy affiliated with the Dallas Cowboys in any way, this is what happens. I don't care who the coach is. They're going to get more national exposure than they ever had in their life. But when you put a Deion Sanders there, oh my God, yeah, you're going to have it. If you want to call it a circus, call it whatever you want. It's going to be a circus regardless. But Deion's about winning, man. Deion ain't trying to get embarrassed. Deion trying to win. Deion is trying to win, man. You can't deny it. You see it everywhere. You seeing it. Trying to win. So I just want to put that out there. Now, me personally, I think he's going to stay at Colorado. I think that the NFL is going to drive his price up more, and Colorado is going to do whatever they got to do to keep him there because he means that much to Colorado. The economics, the city booming, the football part about it, the national exposure that he has gathered. I mean, come on now, for that university. He just mean too much to Colorado to just let him walk. Birdie says it doesn't matter who the coach is without good talent around him. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the part I'm trying to tell you, Birdie. And you're right about your statement. But let me get you to understand something. The haters already know that I'm just playing the advocate. I don't think it's going to happen at all, but I will say this. If Deion Sanders was the coach of the Cowboys, this statement that we've had over the last couple of years that nobody want to play with the Dallas Cowboys, that would change immediately. Because there would be a whole bunch of guys that would want to play for Deion Sanders. That can't be denied. Can't be. That will change. Now, does that mean Jerry Jones would sign guys? No, he ain't gonna sign them because they draft and develop. but trust me, Deion has enough cachet with players, enough cachet that he can get in front of these guys, get on the phone, text whatever he is, and say, "Man, I need you." And then some of them guys would come running to Dallas. They would. They don't mean that It don't mean Stephen Jones all of a sudden gonna turn over a new leaf. That ain't gonna happen. But Deion is the type of guy that'll go in and say, because remember, Deion don't have no problem clearing out the rules. Say, hey man, y'all, you don't need to be here. Deion will erase guys, bring new guys in that fit the mold, fit the mentality, fit everything it is, and turn the program around. Deion would do that and say, Jerry, dude can't play. And guess what? Jerry's gonna listen to Deion. They have a great relationship. Everybody know that. Deion would say that. We can't get nowhere with him. He ain't got the effort. He don't have the talent level that I need to make this thing work. Deion would do that. Deion would say that. He would. He did it in Colorado. Just everybody in the transfer portal. Just everybody left. He came in. If y'all don't believe me, go to YouTube and type in maybe Deion's first meeting with Colorado. Just listen to what he said. He knew guy was going to drop. He had to fill out all of these new scholarships. He'll say the same thing in the pro. I can't win like this. I need these type of guys. And they would do it. They did it for Mike McCarthy. They did it for Dan Quinn. They done it for Mike Zimmer. I mean, why wouldn't they do it for Deion? I'm just saying. The rules would change if he come. I don't think he coming, y'all. I think he's staying there. All right, let me go. Yeah, I agree, Greg. This is absolutely true. Y'all see Greg's comment right there? And I ain't mean to talk this long about Deion, but I'm trying to tell you because things are about to pick up. Every win that he gets is the stove with the fish grease with Deion in it is about to go even higher. If you saw the game today, come on, y'all. I mean, Colorado is on fire. Greg said this is the most embarrassing season in the history of the Cowboys on this field and off the field with the off-season and Jerry Jones' behavior. Jerry knows that the next Cowboys coach is going to have that it factor. Well, there's no bigger it than Deion Sanders. But Jerry is going to have to give up there's going to have to be a meeting of the minds if Deion was to come here. I'm about to come with that, Terry. Because it ain't going to take me long to talk about the Houston Texans Cowboy game. I mean, they ain't going to take long for me at all. There's no bigger it factor than Deion Sanders. That there is none. Anybody that you call out, Ben Johnson, since that's who a lot of folks want, which I don't think that won't happen either. But all these guys, I even say Bill Belichick. See, when you get guys in like Belichick or Deion, you're gonna have to change some things with the way you got to change some things the way you do your organization. Jason Witten, well, in comparison to Deion and Bill Belichick, Jason Witten is nothing. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because he had never won nothing. I mean, they will share one thing in common, Shane. They're all three, two of them are already, one is there. The other two will be in the Hall of Fame. Bill Belichick will be in the Hall of Fame, and then, of course, Jason Witten will be in the Hall of Fame. So, I mean, that they will have in common, but and I applaud Jason Witten because it was his first time coaching, and he's won a state championship. I believe he won it just a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, Jason Witten knows he's a Hall of Fame player that was on pretty much on bad teams, but he's a Hall of Fame player because he was a great player. And obviously, he can coach on the high school level. I mean, that's obvious. He won a state championship. I'll give him that. If you were to hire Jason Witten, my question would be, okay, tell me what your staff look like. That's because see, he knows the game without a doubt, and he can show you from left to right. Kid Cowboy, you say Witten is in high school. I'm fully aware that I just said he won a state championship. However, Jerry Jones said something, and I guess I need to pull that up. Let me get this real quick, y'all. I saw it. I don't know if you guys saw that. I thought I had it. Jerry Jones spoke to, there it is. I don't want to take no time. That's not what I was looking for. Okay. Let me get this out real quick. Jerry Jones had the name Jason Witten came up about could he coach on the NFL level? And Jerry answered. Okay. Let me get this so you can see it for yourself. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna give it for you so that you can see it. Can. I think all you did. I'm trying to get it. There we go. And so you can see this together. And I'm going to put it there for you. Appreciate all you guys that's on Instagram or who have joined in. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. I'm going to try to put it up here and let you guys see it. Y'all forgive me. I guess while I'm waiting to get it, let me go and talk about Houston real quick because it's nothing really to talk about, to be honest with you. I'm sorry to say that, but just call it like it is. I'll tell you why in just a second. Let's see if I can share this. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Oh, I can't do it from there. Okay. Can I change that? It's too light. Y'all can't read that. Y'all can't see that. I'm in the wrong mode here. Y'all can't see that. I'll read it to you. All right. So if you really want to know what it is, you got to search out John McAtoe on Twitter. John McAtoe. It says Cowboys owner Jerry Jones when asked on 105.3 The Fan if he thinks former Cowboys tight end Jason Witten could one day be an NFL coach. His answer was yes, without hesitation. Yes. He has something that you can't draw up. He reminds me of a lot of our other tight end who is head coach up there in Detroit right now. Of course, he's talking about Dan Campbell. He says Jason is very sophisticated when it comes to understanding football and all the nuances. But more important than anything, he really does understand the physical and the mentality of being physical and that part of it. Without question, he could become an NFL coach. He has extraordinary work ethic, and he can be a top coach. I'm not even going to argue with that because it is true. Jason Witten was a physical ball player. He was a physical ball player. Without a doubt, he was a great tight end. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame in a couple more years, proving that he was one of those different type dudes. He knows about physicality. He does. And does that equate to him being a great, a head coach? I don't know about that. I'm not even going to argue with it. He does know the game. And from his knowledge, he ain't been coaching long, at least on the high school level. He's won a state championship. He gets no higher. And I even say this, he won a state championship in Texas. That's big stuff there. As we all know, Texas, if you know anything about high school football, Texas is known as one of those states that when you win a championship there, that's big. So I'm not even going to knock that. However, if I was to hire him, I need to know what does your coaching staff look like? Because, see, I know what you can do, but what everybody else got to do. See, if you hire a Bill Belichick, and I even throw in Deion right now, but you ain't going to have to worry about the staff because they're going to bring the best staff that they can bring. You already know that. Look at what Deion has on his sideline. He got about 5 NFL coaches or former coaches or 2 or 3 of them or whatever. Then he got Hall of Fame players. Warren Sapp is there. You got former players that played, that coached in the league. I mean, you ain't got to worry about that. You know what? If it's a Bill Belichick, like a lot of folks say, you already know he gonna have a staff. Jason Witten, I don't know. I don't know who you bringing. I have no clue. I don't know. So, that's the only thing I'll say about Jason Witten. I ain't knocking him, but there are some better candidates. Let me say it like that. All right, let's get to Houston and Dallas tomorrow. Here's my thing, y'all. Once again, we have a national televised game. And so far this year, the national televised games, other than the Pittsburgh game, every game's been national televised, but I'm talking about when the whole world is watching just us against this team. We usually get embarrassed. That's what happened. Other than the Pittsburgh game, we don't just lose, we get annihilated. And when we, Shane says, do you think the Cowboys will consider Kellen Moore? See, this is what I'm saying, Shane. Any hire that you're going to bring in, the very first thing that I'm asking as a general manager or owner is, how are you going to make my quarterback better? That's because your whole investment is about making Dak Prescott better. He's $60 million man. You ain't hiring nobody in here for defense. You're just not doing it. You're hiring to make this offense as best as it could be, and it all starts with your quarterback. So to answer your question, Shane, do I think that the Cowboys should consider Kellen Moore? Yes. I know that I just messed everybody up with that one. Here's the things that can't be denied. Yes, situational football. Kellen Moore and his play calling has been questioned many times. However, on the flip side of that, when he was offensive coordinator, the Dallas Cowboys were either 1 or 2 in offense. Number 1 offense or number 2. That can't be denied as well. When Kellen Moore was the offensive coordinator, Dak Prescott had these crazy numbers. The offense did work well. No doubt about it. You know, my problem with Kellen Moore was that he always tried to get too cute. He always did it. And in the red zone, instead of lining up and pounding somebody from the 3-yard line, kind of like what we got now. Instead, he want to get in the shotgun all the time. He didn't believe in the running game, but although we really didn't believe in the running game, we still had the number 1 offense in the league. That can't be denied. He had a younger Ezekiel Elliott, and he had an up-and-coming Tony Pollard, and he didn't run the ball enough. But he had the number 1 offense in the league. All right, now we got Mike McCarthy, and right now as we speak, and I understand we've had injuries, but we at the bottom of the barrel, just about at the bottom. And he don't run the ball either. Mike McCarthy, I guess somebody can say, well, listen, Mike McCarthy had the number 1 offensive league last year. He called the plays. That can't be denied as well. So would I consider Kellen Moore? We got too many. Let me say this about Kellen Moore. And I was one of the ones to say get rid of him. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I was one of the ones to say get rid of Kellen Moore because when it was time to be physical, he was finesse. That really ain't changed. It's changed. It's changed when he got to Philadelphia because you had to get the ball to Saquon Barkley. You have to. And since he been doing it, look what Philly is doing. Okay, so they tell me give him a running back and he might do it finally. Maybe he'll change it up. Saquon is having his best year, obviously. So I'm not going to say he ain't going to give it to him. It's just, you put him in a position where he has to give it to him. So you got to get that type of caliber running back for him to really do it. Other than that, he lined up his shotgun the whole way. That's what we don't want with that. However, at the same time, when he did line up, the man had the number 1 offense in the league. Dak produced. It can't be denied. Do I want him? No, I don't want Kellen Moore. I've seen the movie, but the movie does say he got it number 1 offense in the league for years. just the truth. So you can consider it, and that'll be Shane. That'll be Jerry's puppet. He'll get to do whatever he want to do. He won't have no drama or trouble, and he wanted to keep him anyway. Paid him all that money to keep him from not going to Boys Estate. You remember that? Paying him about $5 million to be just an offensive coordinator. That's almost unheard of. So the value is there for him. The offense did move the ball with him. I mean, he did make Dak better. I don't want him because I think that the mentality and the culture need to change here. But yeah, they will consider him. It's an easy one. He's a Cowboy. I'm just saying. I believe they would do it. I believe that'll be one of the first names. It just all depends on, and when you add in with Jerry, you got to get football off your mind. You got to start thinking like they do. And Jerry don't want no strong-willed type of coach. He just don't. And Kellen Moore is his little Andy Griffin's son, Opie looking type dude. Just a nice guy, ain't gonna give you no trouble. All he gonna do is coach ball, and Jerry get to do what all he want and all that kind of stuff. And then we wouldn't do it. All right. Yeah, I think they would ask. Back to the thing of Joe trying to get me back on track. Joe says, do we got a chance against the Texans? The Houston Texans are a bad matchup for us. They're physical. They have a great defense. And they can run the football. And they have some very, very good receivers. And they have an excellent tight end, as we all know him, Mr. Dalton Schultz. So, have we been doing better against the run? Yes. But we got to keep in mind we playing with backups everywhere. Is Carson playing again at corner? Because Bland is still working with the rehab group, so I'm not looking for him to play. So that means Carson is going to start again. Well, we saw what that looked like against Philadelphia. Okay, now you got Nico Collins. You got John Michie coming. You got Tank Dale. I mean, why should I be hyped about Carson on either one of those guys? Then, of course, Joe Mixon is the running back. Highly physical. A bully type running back. And we're not good against the run. And then I ain't even mentioned CJ Stroud. I mean, great young quarterback. Can't be denied. And then defensively, which is what I think is their calling card, as bad. And see, here's where the game is going to be won, Joe. The game is going to be won in the trenches, like most people say. But when you look at how Terrence Steele and Tyler Guyton have played, okay, let me introduce some of you then to Will Anderson is coming back this week. And then you got Darrell Hunter on the other side. And you have seen the struggles that Terrence Steele has had this whole year. He can't block nobody. So you're going to have either Hunter or Will Anderson over there. And then on the other side, you're going to have Tyler Guyton who gets holding calls and then he's getting beat too. And on whichever one, it'd be Will Anderson or Hunter on that side. I ain't got to their defensive tackles. I ain't got to their cornerbacks and Stingley and the other guy. I mean, come on now. They are shut down, physical, beat you up type of defense. And if you don't match their physicality, then you're in trouble. Why am I saying that? Because I got an offensive coordinator that don't even run the ball. So you gonna line up in shotgun with Cooper Rush and try to beat this team in the air? Really? And I think that's something that we can say, because I thought for sure, I know the game got out of hand last week, but when the game was a 1-score game, the very first drive was 3 straight shotgun plays or pistol plays, passing, didn't run. The next drive was 2 passes and 1 run. So when it was time to establish some type of physicality, you chose to pass the ball. I almost want to turn the TV off. You got a backup quarterback in there. Why we line up in pistol formation, shotgun? I mean, you can line up in pistol if you want to run it, but you ain't trying to run it. Thank you, Tamika. And then when he throws it, he throwing it only 2 yards. His yard per average on a pass was 2 yards. You ain't trying. I mean, you're not gonna beat Houston like that. I'm quite sure you're gonna have a better game this week, but we're not physical. And I understand we got injuries and all that kind of stuff, but I'm saying even when the guys were healthy, we're just not physical. We got way too much evidence of that. So once again, the pattern is that when we play these physical ball teams on a national stage, it ain't nothing but a highlight for everybody to see how bad we really are when we get totally annihilated. So even though it's the Battle of Texas, even though Houston, Texas, even if they win, they still little brother. They'll never be. It's kind of like the Clippers going against the Lakers. The Clippers may win a couple games, but everybody know. Everybody know who Big Brother and Little Brother is. The Houston Texans will never run the state of Texas. I don't care what's going on. We the Dallas Cowboys. You might win 1 or 2 games and all that type of stuff. We'll see you in preseason next year for all that type of stuff. You might win it, but let's make no mistake about it. The Dallas Cowboys run Texas. Always has, always will. So I really don't care about Houston winning Monday night. I don't care. I don't care. We the Dallas Cowboys. You'll never be on our level, period. You ain't won nothing. You got to win something to even get into the conversation. So you got to win. You got to at least win 1 championship to say, hey, we got 1 and y'all got 5. We know we behind, but I don't care nothing about the Houston Texans making the playoffs. Who cares? We made the playoffs too. That don't mean nothing. I can care less about how. I don't care if they beat us 50-0. You still little brother. You still like the Clippers, like the Lakers. The Lakers are big brothers. You're a wannabe. You know what I'm saying? Please. But make no mistake about it, in fairness, it is a mismatch, to be honest with you. We're a mismatch. Monday night is a mismatch. We're nowhere near as talented as they are. We're nowhere near as good as they are. We're not consistent enough for me to even have, a lot of confidence in the Monday night. However, I will say this: any given Monday, any given Sunday, Cowboys may come out here like other teams do when they play us. They might play their Super Bowl against Houston. I mean, everybody else do that against us. So why can't we finally have one of those moments where we know we're a bad team, but we come out and play like we the greatest team in the world? It happened to us all the time. The Saints beat our brains out. Everybody was on their bandwagon. Man, the Saints really looking good. Saints ain't won a game since. As long as the Saints beat us, everybody the next day, man, the Saints are really got it going. The Saints are really a good football team. Ain't won a game since. Ain't won nothing. Look horrible. Why? Because the Saints played their Super Bowl against us. A couple years ago, the Arizona Cardinals played their Super Bowl against us. Right now, we are the team, kind of like Philadelphia. Philadelphia lost the game, whatever. Philadelphia lost the game. Here come the Cowboys. We'll get back on track. We playing the Cowboys. We'll get back on track. They ain't played that well all year. Philadelphia didn't. Here come the Cowboys. Houston has lost, 1 or 2 games in a row. They're going to come in hungry. They're going to come in ready to go. Y'all know that. Here come the Cowboys. They're going to be hyped to play. And here's the sad part about it, y'all. Watch Monday night. Let me tell y'all this. I don't even think Cowboy fans gonna be in the stadium. I believe that the Houston Texans fans are gonna be so packed in our stadium Monday night that you're gonna think it's a home game for the Texans. I really believe that. Because the fan base just about done gave up. They're gonna sell them tickets so easy. I really do believe. Now the Cowboys winning, I really believe, it's gonna be split anyway. But I got a real feeling, man. I got a feeling that it is gonna be more Houston Texan fans in there Monday night. I'm talking about by a lot than the Cowboy fans. Cause they ain't gonna go. They're tired of going to the Cowboy game and then we losing by 25 and 30. By 21. They tired of going there. So might well get some money out of it. Might well get some serious money out of it. And the Houston Texans fans, they trying to get in there. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised. It's gonna be a lot of Houston Texans fans in that building Monday night. More than the Cowboys. I guarantee it. Now, we're getting to the point. And see, a lot of people don't want to give up on the season because we're mathematically not out of it. But let me tell y'all something. Before Dak got hurt, the Cowboys were only favored in 2 games. 2 or 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, the Cowboys were only favored in the Thanksgiving game against the Giants coming up. And then they were favored. That's when Dak was healthy. They were favored against for the Carolina game. That's at Carolina. Every other game, the Cowboys were underdog. So for the next, at that particular time, 9-10 games, the Cowboys were only favored in 2. Now we're down to, I think, 9 more games, whatever it is, 8. We were only favored in 2, but I'm starting to say that we're not favored in the Giant game, Thanksgiving. I'm saying we're not going to be favored in the Carolina game. At Carolina. Because Carolina going to treat that game like it's a Super Bowl. Even though they're going to be trying to lose too. So when I look at Terry's comment and say, hey, we better not win no more games. I'm trying to get you to understand, even if we were trying to win, it's going to be too hard. Because the offense can't give me first down. Defense get too tired. They going to fold. And, we have 3 or 4 straight 3 and outs. You know how the game going to go. You can't stop the run. Joe Mixon may have 180 yards tomorrow. Monday night. I'm serious. So I don't have no, I'm cheering for my boys, but I don't have no confidence in my boys right now. Cause see that, and then the other thing is, I'm so tired. I just need them to shut up. I'm tired of hearing about Bland. He's progressing and he's really getting ready. He practiced and all that, and then Sunday come, he's sitting down. Man, I don't want to hear that no more. That Bland, I told you a long time ago that the foot injury was going to be tricky. One day you all right, the next day you sore and all that type of stuff. He had surgery on it. The foot is tricky. Shut him down. Shut him down. Shut him down. You had him all year. Shut him down. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Because, see, at some point, the thing is getting ready to change. Like you say, okay, we can't win. We can't win. We're not going to be Washington. The Giant game is in question. We're not going to beat, we're not going to beat Philly and Philadelphia. That at some point you got to start thinking like that, and they're gonna say that, and they're gonna start shutting people down because they're gonna start focusing on the draft, and they're gonna want the highest pick as possible. You know that. You know that. I saw Walesko get on the field last. Now Walesko can't block nobody. Just a wasted pick years ago. So when I started seeing him get on the field, I already know what y'all doing. I know what you're doing. When I see Matt Walesko get on the field, and I heard Chimu or Mago, whatever his name is. Huh? Chimu, whatever his name is. Emoga. Once I started seeing all these guys talking about they getting ready, man, come on now. Come on now. You know what they're doing. So if they're not all in on trying to win the game, why should I? I'm just calling. And I'm a Cowboy fan. Y'all know that. I know it ain't what y'all want to hear. Somebody want to hear me say that the Cowboys got a good shot at beating the Texans. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Y'all know it. We're nowhere near on the level of the Houston Texans this year. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. And we might keep a game close, but at some point, because we have a lull, if we have another third quarter like we always have this year, that's when the floodgates open. Can we play a consistent ball game for 4 straight quarters? That's we ain't done that at all. Can we stay competitive? Can we finally have somebody score more points than Brandon Aubrey? Come on. Brandon Aubrey is the MVP of this team right now. That's all you need to know. And that's not a knock against Brandon Aubrey because he does his job well. He does his job great. He is the best player, offensive player on our team. Nobody has more points than Brandon Aubrey. That tells you all you need to know about this year. Our kicker is leading the team in scoring. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just telling you the truth. So somebody help me. I know we got the optimist Cowboy fan. I'm going to let you have it. You can stay as optimistic as you want to. Just don't be mad at me because I'm not optimistic. I'm pessimistic. I'm looking at what we are doing. I'm looking at my offensive coordinator, how he calls plays. I'm looking at how my defense and how they're playing. And I'm saying we're not good at all. And so forgive me for calling it like it is and saying I don't think we got a shot against Houston. If you feel like you do, you can have it. I'm just not jumping on that bandwagon. Matter of fact, that's why I said it won't take me long to talk about Houston. I looked at the film, I'm like, we can't do nothing against this. We can't get now. I will say this. With Micah being back, there will be some pressure. Okay. And with Overshown on the other side over there, there's a potential problem with that. I'll say that. And that makes the defense a little bit better, but they can't be good when they tired. See, if the offense is not moving the ball, I know Can we run the ball? Yeah, we can run the ball if you give it to Rico. But you ain't gonna give it. You too busy trying to appease Ezekiel Elliott. I give him some time, man. Forget Ezekiel Elliott. Rico needs to get the ball 22 to 24 times a game. No, that ain't happening. See, I already know it's not. So I already know Cooper Rush for to be passing the ball all around. Just hope he don't throw no picks. Hope he throw for more than 2 yards per passing tip. Hope we can break a pass every now and then. But if we doing all these 3 straight 3 and outs, then Overshawn and Michael Parsons and everybody else gonna be tired. Then we gonna get blowed out again. I mean, we gotta stop Joe Mixon. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody stopped Joe this year. Nobody. So I don't see how we can pull it off, y'all. Matter of fact, this is your shot. Go ahead and put the score in. I want to see what y'all got to say. I'll put the score in. This is tell me all I need to know. Because I know a lot of y'all saying, I'm a Cowboy fan through and through. We going to say we're going to win. I'm not knocking you. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm just saying we're not going to win. I've seen enough. I know football when I see it. I'm just hoping that we stay competitive. That's what I just hope we don't get blowed out. That's all I'm hoping for. I'm just hoping we don't get blowed out. Can we play like we did against Atlanta? Can we lose 26-21? Can I have that? Joe says 27-24 Dallas. Somebody else? I ain't knocking nobody's score. Your opinion is just like that much as valuable as mine. I'm not knocking nobody's opinion. You think the Cowboys will win? I hope I'm wrong. I'm just hoping that we have a competitive game. Because when we play teams like this, bullies, real bullies, we don't look good. When we play bully teams, we don't look good at all. We don't. And this ain't just started this year. This has been this way for a few years now. When we play these big teams, these real good teams, we don't show up. We get bullied. We get annihilated. It look like we ain't practice at all this week. It looks like we haven't been there at all. It's like we ain't forgot we look like a preseason team when we play these type teams. It's not even pretty. Verdi says 38-12 Texans, and that's a Cowboy fan talking. Yeah. Somebody else type it in. Somebody type it in for me. Let me see what you think the score gonna be. Somebody type it in. Where you at on Instagram? Anybody there on Instagram? Hey, y'all. I had some more people join in. Okay, all y'all. I didn't know everybody had joined. Okay. I just call it like it is, y'all. If we play like trash, you're going to get a trashy commentary, because that's what we put on the field. I'm sorry. If y'all come here to look for all the BS and all, I ain't there. I'm not your guy. I'm going to call it like it is. We look horrible. We look like a preseason scout team out there. We do. And a lot of this just ain't because Dak gone, because when Dak was out there, we were doing the same thing. It was a lot of 3 and outs. We were getting blowed out with Dak playing. So it's just a continuation. It ain't because Dak gone. Dak was getting whooped out there too. Nothing wrong with that, Joe. Joe said I would never pick against my Cowboys. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. You can pick with them, but the question is, do you believe it? You see what I'm saying? That's the question. May not never pick against them, but do you believe it? That's the question. If you believe it, then hey, we roll. I don't see the Cowboys scoring a lot of points. So that means the only way that they will win is that you're going to have to stop teams from scoring a lot of points. And I just don't think we got the type of defense that can do that. I just don't see it. What up, Jake? Jake the Snake in the building. What's up, man? Appreciate you popping in. Jake, the Snake Sports Talk Show. That's one of my guys, man. Listen, you ought to subscribe to his channel. Very informative type guy. He talks about everything. Whatever the season is, he can talk about it. He lives in Las Vegas out there, so he's a big hockey guy. Jake talks plenty of football like I do. Jake talks college sports. So Jake is an all around super podcast guy. Got to bring him on one day. Got to bring him on the show. You will enjoy him. Matter of fact, take my word for it. If I put my stamp on it, trust me, you will like him. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's right there, the Snake Sports Talk Show. Go subscribe to his channel. I promise you'll be well informed. He's a Charger fan. Am I right, Snake? Snake is I think he's a Charger fan. Yeah, if I remember right. So he's out there on the West Coast holding it down. Yeah, Jake, it's interesting because I just want a competitive game. I don't think we're gonna win. That's me. But I just want a game where we don't get blowed out. I'm serious. Whenever we play these physical teams, we just get annihilated. That's what I'm saying. So we'll see. But I appreciate you, Jake, popping in. That's right. I remember. Yeah, because you got a coach. You're right, Jake. That's what a coach can do. He's a Charger fan. I remember. He says the Chargers are looking good, and they are. You know why? Remember what we talked about at the beginning of the show, y'all? See, don't tell me a coach don't make a difference. The Chargers get a coach that wins. Mr. Harbaugh entered the building. Now what? Look what the Chargers are doing. All it takes is 1 year. He turned it around. Y'all can't tell me a coach don't make a difference now. Adam said my Lions broke them boys. Yes, y'all did. Y'all did. You ain't gonna get no argument with me from there. Again, Detroit, a physical team. Guess what happened? Nowhere to be found. Joe says our defense gets turnover. We have a shot beating the Texans. Well, that would be something that has not been done all year, Joe. We haven't been in the turnover category at all. We don't get the turnover. We're not making the turnovers. Does that mean that the coaching has something to do with that? Well, all I know is when Dan Quinn was here, the whole defense was making turnovers left and right. Dan Quinn leaves the building. Ain't got a turnover yet. Not really. Not worth talking about. So, can't tell me what a coach don't mean to a team. Get a real coach, you just might start getting some different results. Ask the Chargers about it. Chargers going to the playoffs this year. Unless Herbert gets hurt again like he usually does. Bar an injury on Herbert, the Chargers will make the playoffs. No, Joe. They got the same owner that they had last year, Joe. The difference is Jim Harbaugh. They got the same owner that they had before. That ain't changed. It's the coach. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, Adam. Dan Campbell, folks were laughing at him, saying, hey, we're going to bite your knees. We're gonna gnaw on your leg. That's what he said when he first came in. That mentality got on their team. And the Detroit Lions are playing like animals. They did it last year. You can tell it was just a different speed. It was a different aggression. That's what he brought to the table. And look how they playing now. I mean, can't tell me what a coach don't mean. So again, for all of those to start back at the top, and then I'm gonna shut it down. You know, I don't think Deion is coming at all. But if he did, he's a difference maker. The track record proves it. Even when he was a player, the track record proves he changes. Now, I ain't gonna say that FESS. You can have a good GM, and he could be as old as whatever, but if he knows what he's doing, you know, it is. And then you also have to understand, at least in our organization, I don't know who your team is, FESS, but you know, when we start talking about GM, my question is, at this point, is Jerry really the GM or is it Steven? See that, and nobody will confirm it, but I'll just say it like this: Steven has a voice, a big one, and his mentality of paying players, that mentality has got us in the position that we're in now. I just have a hard time believing it's Jerry, but Jerry does have a lot to do with it too. And the reason why I can't really put that into play, FESS, with your statement is because, you know, no, we didn't win the Super Bowl. No, we were one and done and all that. But we did win 12 straight, 12 games last 3 years. That does mean something. And that was the same guy that was the GM. So the GM job is to get the best players that you can get, put the best product on the field. Or the product prior to this year, obviously, was to put, had the talent level that can give you 12 wins, win a couple division championships, and get you to the playoffs 3 straight years. So did he do his job then? That'd be my only pushback with what you're saying. This year, they did nothing right. So I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna go all the way and say that. He's having a horrible year this year. I'll give you that, FESS. But you gotta do the whole thing. You gotta put it all in the mix and see what's going on. We ain't have this type of year this year the last 3-4 years. It hadn't been like that. It haven't. So it's just one of these years. It is what it is. All right, I didn't see that many more scale score. It's hard to win 10 ball games, Adam. It's hard to have a winning record. So yeah, if you basing everything off this season, then I would agree with you, FESS, but you just can't do that. You can't. The GM's job is to get the best players and put them on the field. As I always say, then look at how many Pro Bowlers and All Pros we had in the last 4 years. I mean, I don't think there's no other team that match it. I mean, Pro Bowlers and All Pros everywhere. Can't win in the playoffs, but when you look at the AP All Pro teams and then of course the Pro Bowl, which I understand the fans vote for it, but Cowboys consistently are sending at least 10 to 12 people as a representation there. Last year we had, Dak, CD, Tyron Smith, Michael Parsons, Deron Bland, all of those guys last year. Oh, Zach Martin. All of those guys I just named were all pros. Forget the Pro Bowl. I just named 6 guys. I mean, what team has at least 6 all pros? I mean, so that's legit. You got to give him credit for that too, then, right? So he's had it. Then the question is, okay, if he put the players on the field, then where's the problem? Coaching. Because you got all these players, your coach job is to play to the strength of their players. And Mike McCarthy lines up his shotgun all the time. You got all these all-pro linemen, but all they're doing is pass protecting. You're supposed to let them guys go forward, hit people. That's their strength. But all they're doing is getting attacked by defensive linemen and linebackers blitzing. Because all you do is try to play finesse. See what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful how much we really put on Jerry and be fair. This year he's horrible. It was the wrong approach. This year you won't get no argument from me. This year he was trash. 1,000,000%. But I mean, I can't give him that all these years. Let's go back, 7, 8 years. All you gotta do is look at the players we've had and you say, look at what they've done, and you be like, dang. That's why we always had the moniker. Remember this? We always had the status. They had the best roster in the league. One of the best rosters in the league. Well, who put the roster together? Jerry. That's been the statement about the Cowboys the last 8, 9 years at least. They have one of the most talented rosters in the league. They have one of the best rosters in the league. Well, who put it together? Jerry, Steven, whoever you want to call it. Will McClay, I'm sorry. Whoever you want to blame it. If they put the roster together and they say it's one of the better rosters in the league, then okay, then if they got one of the better rosters, where's the problem? When they get into the coaching, when the players get into the hands of the coaches and they put their scheme in and they put their strategy out and this is the way we're going to play, may not be the right way to play. I've always said the Cowboys do well in the offseason. Scouting, they do well. Draft, they do pretty well. But then training camp starts. That's when all things change. That's in the hands of the coaches then, right? That's all I'm gonna say. All right, a lot of y'all didn't put the score down because y'all must think we're gonna be in trouble. We'll see. He said Jerry Jones can afford curtains for Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, but not for a Cowboy game. See, I'm not even going to get on that one, Joe, because, see, we weren't saying that last year when CD was setting records, the same son was coming through that. He was catching balls then. 1,800 yards. First team All-Pro wide receiver. See, I see you got to get it all in now. You just can't go off. He ain't never put the curtains up all these years. When Amari Cooper was there and killing people, and when Dak was throwing for 4,100 yards and all 4,200, and Dak led the league in touchdown passes last year. I mean, the same son was popping through those things. Nobody didn't say nothing about it then. So that's why I say I can't even go with that. He ain't never put it up. There's no need for no curtains tomorrow. It's gonna be a night game. There ain't no sun to deal with. You know. I'm sorry. I can't say it. It didn't bother us last year. It's just one of those years, man. It's the same son. I mean, Dak, nobody didn't say nothing about the son last year when Dak was the MVP candidate and CD was lighting this league up and all them over 100 catches and all that type of stuff. See, we just got to call it like it is, man. It's just one of those years, you know. When you have one of those years, everything go wrong. Everything. That's the way I look at it. Because see, if it would have been the, same thing last year with CD blame the sun and all that type of stuff, then I would say, okay, maybe Jerry need to do something about this. I mean, we can't see. But we didn't say it. Same rays come through that window. Same rays. Been there every year. Afternoon game, morning game, 12 o'clock game. It's the same look. I ain't gonna blame Jerry for that. I'm not gonna blame Jerry for that. They just call it like it is. He got blinded by the sun on that one play where the sun, I guess, was too bright in his eyes. Guess what? Go get you a visor. How about that? Go get you a visor. If your visor too light, get you a darker tinted one. Do what you gotta do. I ain't blaming Jerry for that. Get you. Do it like the tinted windows on your car. Get you a visor, man. Well, right there, Joe. That ought to tell you something. You say, how come the sun affects us, but not the other team? It affected us that one time. It didn't affect us last year. It didn't affect us this year. That's the only time I seen it happen this year. When CD just let the ball run back because the sun was in his eyes. I ain't seen it happen nowhere else. I ain't seen it happen to no other player this year. I ain't seen it. Just happened that one time. Then the funny part, I think CD caught 6 balls that game. He caught it the same sun was in his eyes, and he caught the ball across the middle before. I don't know if the sun gleams a little heavier as you get to the end zone, rather, than at the 50-yard line. I don't know that. I just say the man just missed the ball. Maybe the sun obviously I don't think he purposely missed it. The sun got in his eyes. But I ain't blaming Jerry for that. Get you another visor. Since you having problems seeing, get you a darker visor. It's just this simple. Get you a darker one. Since the sun is a problem, get out there early enough so that you can see the sun and look dead into it. If I was a quarterback, I would throw balls where it directly hit the man right in his face where he got a battle with the sun. See what happens. Do it before the game. Let him catch about 50 balls. Stand right there on the star. Look dead into the window. And here come a ball. Let's see how many you catch or how many you can't see and all that. I don't want to hear all that. I ain't blaming Jerry Jones for that either. Jerry put them curtains up for the fight last night because them guys had all that, real sophisticated lighting going on, and especially when people were making entrances and all that type of stuff. It called for that. You ain't want the darkness coming in. I know it was dark out there, but that probably helped with the lighting part. I'm quite sure that's the reason why. If you saw the fight last night, you saw all the lighting and all that type of stuff. So I'm not blaming Jerry for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Listen, I know Monday night is when I usually come on at 7 o'clock, but obviously the game will be on. I never do a watch party. I'm not going to do a watch party. I will come on for a pre-game show on Monday night. Just a pre-game show. Maybe, 6 o'clock leading to the game or something like that. And I realize that some of my brothers will be on, but I might do that. And I'm definitely not staying up that late to do a post-game show. That ain't going to happen either. So I might do it something or join with me. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. So I've been doing something different slightly. I've added the ride. I've been doing the ride. If you've been with me, you'll see it. while I go to work and talk on the way to work. Just a big time show. Of course, that's somewhere between 7:15 and that's probably 7:15 to 7:20 when I start, and I go there until I get to my place of employment and to have a little show there. So I probably do the ride on Tuesday morning. So if you're up, of course, and getting ready to go to work, turn those notifications on, and then we'll go with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. I got to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for hanging with me. This has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show. Man, y'all still here? I forgot to turn it off, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for hanging with me. I'll see you guys probably on Tuesday morning again to talk about what I saw at the game, and we'll take it from there. Man, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging with me for a minute. I guess we'll call this little portion the overtime. Overtime. Hey, but since I got y'all, since y'all still here, I might as well stay with y'all just a little longer. Do me a favor. I just want to see. Put in the new head coach. I didn't ask y'all that before. Everybody type that in. Or even if you think McCarthy's not going anywhere, because an argument needs to be made that McCarthy really didn't have a fair chance. Now I'm gonna throw that in because y'all know this really ain't the team. So is it worth giving him another shot knowing how bad it looks? Y'all type that in. I'm interested to see what y'all got to say, because you got to be fair. You got to be fair. Let me know if you feel like or if you have a new coach, let me know who you think the coach will be. Let me see. Y'all here? Y'all still here? Let me know. I'll type it in real quick. I'll look at all that once I get done. I'll look at that once I get done, and I'll see it. I just want to see where y'all head is. I want to throw that in, though. I really want to throw that in. Like, does McCarthy deserve another chance at this thing? Oh, no way, Terry. You know that ain't gonna happen. That's another whole show right there. Because the question then becomes, as great as everybody say he is, why hasn't he gotten a shot by now? Which is the reason why he had to go to college. See that's what need to see. His situation is totally, may I say, I think his position is non-football related. How about that one, Terry? That's why I say that's a total different show. That's why I might end up getting kicked off. So I ain't gonna touch that. I ain't gonna touch that one. But just based off what I just said right then, you know what time it is. What I'm saying. So I'm not even gonna touch that one. Not for now. Anybody else? Anybody else got a coach? Coaching. I just want to know who you guys. And everybody want to get rid of Coach McCarthy. Who's your guy? I know a lot of people hollering out Ben Johnson and all that type of stuff, but Ben, I Ben put something out there the other day on what he's looking for in the organization, and he said a talent. He says that wasn't number one. He says good organization, leadership on the organization. Yeah, I know you want to go there, Terry, but I ain't going there real quick. That's another whole hour show. and what he was describing, Ben Johnson, don't match us. So, but I know money talks. I realize that. I know money talks, and we're just doing a lot of speculating. A lot of people say what they won't do, and then money get offered. And then you start thinking about your family and all that type of stuff, and your story change real quick. So, I don't know. I say Terry the only one that did it. We'll do another show on that, and we'll see. All right. Appreciate y'all, guys, man. We'll holler at y'all. I'll see you the guys Monday night, probably somewhere around 6 p.m. And have a little pregame show. And we'll see what's going on after that. All right. I appreciate y'all. See you then.